I'm here with Premier Nevada criminal defense lawyer Michael Becker. And Michael, today I want to ask you about elder abuse laws here in Nevada. And obviously we have a sizable senior population here, and we're seeing more and more people get arrested for elder abuse. First of all, what is the legal definition of elder abuse?
Elder abuse is the commission of a crime against someone who is 60 or older, and it's divided into several categories: abuse, neglect, isolation, and exploitation.
And by exploitation, I mean that would typically be like sort of embezzling money or, handling grandma's accounts and kind of, siphoning off money for yourself, that sort of thing.
That's correct. We see those cases often. The allegations are against a child or a caretaker who has access to the checkbooks or the credit cards or the ATM card, or perhaps even has access to the home and things come missing from the home.
Now, if someone is convicted of elder abuse, what sort of penalties are they typically looking at?
It would depend. If there were some type of neglect that did not involve injury, a first offense could be a gross misdemeanor. If you had abuse that led to physical injury, you'd be looking at a felony. With regard to the exploitation elements, the greater the amount of money that is lost or the value of the property that is taken, the more severe the crime. So it can range anywhere from gross misdemeanor charges to felony charges.
So from relatively minor charges to very serious charges where someone could potentially spend years in prison.
Absolutely.
Now, obviously, I mean, it sounds terrible, the whole idea of elder abuse. And, intuitively, there's nothing worse than sort of harming a senior citizen. But as bad as that is, unfortunately, there are a lot of innocent people who get accused of this. And a lot of times police and prosecutors rush to judgment and innocent people find themselves being charged. I mean, have you found that to be the case?
I would agree. I think we increasingly live in a society where when bad things happen, we like to allocate blame for bad things to happen. So, for example, if a child who is a caretaker goes off to the store and they come back and mom has fallen and hit her head, if they don't charge you for the abuse itself and say you did it, they're going to say, well, you left her home alone and you shouldn't have done so, and therefore your neglect created a situation where the likelihood of injury was greater. So I do think in this arena, elder abuse, you see a lot more charging that juries ultimately find very questionable.
And I mean, a lot of times if an elderly person is injured, or sort of not properly cared for, or loses money, loses their nest egg, I mean, there's an outrage and there's sort of a desire to point the finger at someone, but sometimes, I mean, the finger is pointed at the wrong person.
That's correct. I mean, for example, if something is missing and the caretaker is charged for it, it doesn't mean that caretaker had exclusive access to the home or items belonging in the home. But sometimes the assumption might be that because they had such close access, that they must have been the party involved in the exploitation of the elderly person. But the prosecutor still has to prove those charges, and usually to a jury, by the standard of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. And you can't be convicted of elderly abuse if it's a gross misdemeanor or a felony charge unless a jury unanimously agrees that you're guilty.
And as a criminal defense lawyer, have you had a lot of success over the years in defending people who are charged with elder abuse?
I have. We've seen a lot of cases. Most of our cases involve financial issues where there are allegations sometimes brought by battling children who are each alleging that one of the children had taken advantage of the parents.
One rival sibling pointing the finger at the other.
That's right. And I believe that we've gotten very good results in those types of cases. I'm attorney Michael Becker with the Las Vegas Defense Group. If you've been charged with elder abuse in Las Vegas or anywhere in the state of Nevada, call us at 702-DEFENSE and let's hear your side of the story. Let's see what we can do to help you get your charges reduced or dismissed.